Okay, I've got our writing lesson for us. This week we are going to be working on writing a little narrative. A narrative is a story or remembering something that happened to you in real life, or it could be made up. So this week is going to be real life. And I've asked you to think about the last 2 weeks and some things that you have done. And so I'm going to show you 2 ways you can do this writing assignment. Okay, so this first way is I've just taken a piece of paper and I've split it up into 3 chunks. I draw a line up here, I draw a line down here, and then I have 3 sections. This one up here is called the introduction. Now remember, the introduction is when you tell somebody what you're going to write about. It's a sentence. The details are what actually happened over that time. And the closing is you're just saying, and that's what I wrote about. And some of you even like to ask a question too. And how was your first 2 weeks? Okay, but here's what I really want you to do. So I really want you first to put the date at the top. Number 3 stands for third month. That's March. 30th is the day or whatever day you're working on it. And then the year. Okay, it's very important that you keep up with your date. Now here's the first way to do this. You can write your introduction sentence, and I hope you're using a pencil. I could not find a pencil today, so I'm using a pen, and that's okay. I'm going to write my first. Now remember, you have your dictionary at home. You can look up these words. And remember, if you can't find them, there are other ways to find them too, or you can just sound them out. That's really okay. My first. Now I'm going to write the word 2, but if you wrote the number 2, that would be all right. My first 2 weeks at home were busy. Okay, I'm just going to edit myself real quick. Do I have a capital at the beginning? Yes. Do I have punctuation at the end? Yes. Okay, does my sentence have a who and a what? Yes. Okay, good. Now I'm going to write the details, and I'm going to use these words, and I know you've heard me say them before. They're called transition words, and they're just words that help you at the start of the sentence to tell the audience the order of things. So here's an example. First, I'll use that word first again. First, we went to Kroger a bunch of times. Okay, capital, punctuation. This is the transition word, first. It tells you just what happened first in this narrative. And remember, Kroger is a proper noun, so it's capital K. Okay. Next, what's the next word we could use? It could be that word next. To tell me what happened after that, that's another good transition word. You could also use second, or then, or after that. Okay, you could try that. Next, I planted lots of flowers. Okay, do I have a transition word? Yeah. Do I have a capital at the beginning? Yep. Is my I a capital? Remember, when you're talking about yourself, you always need to write it capital. Okay, planted lots of flowers and a punctuation. Good. Does my spacing look okay? Can you edit me? Does it look all right? I think it looks pretty good. Okay, and so if I want to list one more thing, I would say after that. You could say after that, you could say finally, or you can say lastly, whatever you want to do. Now, if you're listing lots of things, you would keep going, or you could say and. But remember, we don't want a bunch of ands in our sentences. After that, we stayed. Remember, to make stay into stayed, I put ed. Stayed home and did chores. Now this is just mine. I'm just making it up as I go. Yours is going to be totally different, okay? So I've got some transition words here. It has a capital. Stayed home. My spacing looks good. I have punctuation. Okay. So far I have 1 sentence, 2, 3, 4, and now I'm going to work on my closing. Now my closing is just kind of telling the audience again what you just read. So I'm going to say that. Hey, that's a contraction. What does it stand for? That is, right? That's what I did over the first 2 weeks. Okay, checking myself. Do I have my capital? Do I have my capital I? I'm talking about myself. And then a punctuation. Wow, I did it. Now this could be my sloppy copy, and I could have someone edit it with me, and then I can write it in my writing workshop journal as a final. I can write something different every day. First day I could work on the introduction. Next couple days I can work on my details, and then I can work on my closing, however you want to do it. So now I'm going to show you the next way you can do this. Okay, I'm just going to turn the page. I'm going to write the date again, of course. Always do that. Okay. And I could say this. Here is what I did in the first 2 weeks. Okay, so I'm still telling people what they're about to read. I'm still giving an introduction. Okay, here's what I did in the first 2 weeks, period. And now I can start adding the details. I went to the store, period. I played outside. I went to my grandma's house. Okay, so let's check ourselves. Here's what I did in the first 2 weeks. That's 1 sentence. Sentence 2 should be the details about something that you did. I went to the store. Yes. I played outside. Yes. I went to my grandma's house. Good. Now I'm ready for my closing. I'm going to use that contraction. That is what I did so far. Okay? So, it could be something like this, where you plan it out, or it could be something like this. This is a little bit simpler, but it still tells me, it still gets the job done, doesn't it? So, that's 2 ways to try the writing assignment. Okay, remember, don't make it complicated. Just think about some things that you did. All right? Okay, good luck. I love you.